Hello everyone, welcome back to the CSA practice series. This is part 7. If you have been following the previous parts, you already getting familiar with how questions appear in the ServiceNow CSA exam. In this video, we will continue practicing another set of exam style questions to test your understanding. Also remember that this channel is not only about practice questions. I regularly upload videos explaining ServiceNow concepts in detail to help you build a strong foundation. For example, I have already published part 1 of the service catalog series, and the next parts are coming soon where I will cover the topic in depth. So along with practicing questions, make sure you watch those concepts videos as well. And if you are preparing for the CSA exam, consider subscribing to the Glide script for more ServiceNow learning and certification preparation videos. Alright, let's begin with part 7. The first question of this series is, where will you create the order guide choices or questions? For example, department. And there are 4 options are given. Go to the order guide and go to the variable section. Second is go to social it, field administration, system properties and CSS module, and none of the above. And the correct answer is go to the order guide and go to the variable section. Then option number 1 is the correct. I have opened the form view of the order guide, out of the box order guide new hire. And if you'll scroll down, you can see under the variable section, if you need to add any questions, you'll have to come to the variable section and add from here. Next question is how to capture workflow in update set. Create, publish, checkout and validate are the options given. And the correct option is the publish. In ServiceNow, workflows must be published before they are captured in update sets. And only published version of workflows are included in update sets for migration between instances. So option number 2 is the correct option. And the next question is, what is an access control? And the correct option is, it is a security rule defined and set at the row level and the column level, and it is executed when attempting to access any ServiceNow table. So option number 1 is the correct. And next question is, inbound actions can be used to select all that apply. 4 options are given and you have to select the multiple options from it. And the correct options are parse email, modify records, and the last one, create records. So these 3 options are the correct. Let's move to the next question. What is a data policy? 4 options are given and the correct option is the first one, enables admins to set mandatory and read-only states for fields and can enforce data consistency across applications. You can set import data as read-only, for example, user info. So the option number 1 is the correct one. Next question is, what is a UI policy? Only 3 options are given and the option number 2 is the correct. It is a rule that applies to a form to dynamically change the ways the fields behave in a form. Next question is, where would you go to start an import set? And the correct option is system import sets, load data. We will verify it in the PDI. Go to the filter navigator and type system import set. So under the system import sets module, you have the separate module for the load data. So you'll have to remember this because during exam you don't have any access to the PDI. So you'll have to remember these things. Next question is, what gets skipped during a major upgrade? And the right answer is any record that has been already from the base state. The upgrade app looks at the customer update table. For example, sys underscore update underscore XML. So option number 3 is the correct one. And the next question is, which of the following can be an example of out of the box table? And there are 4 options given: u underscore incident, then incident, x underscore, and then u underscore movie. And the correct option is the second one, incident. Incident is the out of the box. Next question is, which among the following is true regarding UI policies? And the right option is Based on the condition, it can be decided when to make it visible or hidden. Let's move to the next question. ACLs can be defined in what many ways? Conditional expressions, scripts, roles, or all of the above? And the right answer is all of the above. I already explained it in my video. You can be defined ACL by the conditional expression as well, scripts as well, roles as well. We will go to the ACL and check it. So I'm on my PDI and you can see I have opened a new record for the ACL, and you can see here if you'll select table and everything, if it is a record level or field level, doesn't matter. See, here it is the conditions for the ACL, role, then condition, and then the script. If you'll select the advanced checkbox from here, you can write the script as well. You can see this image I have created for one of my ACL video. So execution order of the ACL, it's always check for the role, then condition, then script. And this is very important concept regarding the ACL and as for the interview. So remember this concept. Next question is, like business rule, notifications can be created when a record is inserted or updated. Is it true or false statement? And the right option is the true. It is a true statement. Notifications can be created when the record is inserted or updated. Next question is, what is SLM? They are just asking for the full form of this SLM, what it stands for. And the right option is the service level management. And it is a core functionality within the ServiceNow that help organization define and track and report on the quality of IT services delivered to users. And it focus on establishing agreements, SLAs, that outline the expected performance of these services. So SLM is the correct option for this question. Next is, where will you go to create an order guide? Only 3 options are given, and the correct option is under the service catalog. Under catalog definition, you will have to go order guide and click new. So this is the correct steps while for the creating a new order guide. I am again on my PDI. I'll type order guide. See, under the service catalog, we have catalog definition. Under the catalog definition, there is a separate module, order guide. If you click on the order guide on new to create a new order guide, this is the order guide form. And the next question is, multiple choice, single text, and select box are what type of elements in ServiceNow? Related list, request types, order guides, or variable types? And the correct answer is the variable types. These are the variable types in the ServiceNow. Next question is, an ACL is dash type of security. And the correct answer is the contextual type of security. Contextual means the correct. You can say it's a correct. So last option is the correct option. The next question is, what is the correct sequence of the steps of a knowledge article? And the correct option is draft, review, publish, retire. And I will recommend you to remember this sequence because this is the most important questions, and there is a 90% of chance that you will get this question in your CSA exam. The option number 2 is the correct option. Next question is, the upgrade history module helps an admin locate and resolve upgrade conflicts by reverting customization to the base version if necessary. Is it a true or false statement? And it is a true statement. True is the correct option. Next question is, what are update sets? And the correct option is customization that can be moved from one instance to another. So option number 2 is the correct one. Next question is, how do you change the sort sequence of fields or tasks? Select options which are correct. And there are 3 options given, and we'll have to select the all correct options from these options. And the correct options are modify the order field, and then the second one, make changes by clicking on the gear icon. These 2 options are the correct one. So if you are editing a form, use the order field, and if you are editing list view, then use the gear icon. Next question is, in service catalog application, which module is used for creating items? And I hope all of you know about it. And the correct option is the maintain item. So maintain item under the service catalog definition, we have maintain item separate module for this. I have already created video, the first part of the service catalog. It's already on my channel. You can go and watch it. And then more videos are coming soon. Next is how do you enhance homepage performance in case of gauges? To diagnose problems and improve homepage performance, administration can select all that apply. There are 5 options are given and you have to select all the correct options. And the correct options are all 4 options from the top. The neutralize the application is not a correct option, other than all options are the correct one. Turn on homepage debugging, then troubleshoot slow dashboards, then correct is the parallel homepage rendering, and then homepage caching. So all these 4 options are the correct one. Remember these things. Next question is all users can manage and set up import sets. Is this a true or false statement? And the correct option is the false. Because only users with specific permissions can manage and set up import sets in ServiceNow. All users cannot do it. So users require the import underscore set role or be a member of that group which has this role to perform these actions. So this is a false statement. Next question is how to get security underscore admin role or elevated privilege for a user session. And the correct option is select the security underscore admin option in the elevate role section. So I am again on my PDI. If you click on this user profile, see under the elevate role, if you click it, you will have to select the security admin. And this is required to perform any type of the access control list. Next question is a business rule can be set before or after the database action has occurred. It is a true or false statement, and the correct option is the true. So I'm on the business rule form and you can see when business rule should trigger. This is the trigger condition for the business rule. You can see here before, after, async and display. Next question is type of SLA, that is SLA, OLA and UC are defined in which field. You can see how differently they are going to ask you the question from the SLA or from any topic. It is not always that you will get straightforward question. This is the exact formatting of the question you will get in the CSA exam. Motive of this series is that you will get exact pattern of the question, how actually it's asked in the real exam. So type of SLA, OLA and UC are defined in which field? Retroactive start, condition field, type field and duration field. And the correct option is the type field. Let's verify it. So I am on the SLA definition new record form and you can see here on the type field, if you click SLA, OLA and underpinning contract, that is nothing but UC. So correct option is the type. Next question is what are the out of box progress stages for a service request? 4 options are given and the correct option is all of the above. Waiting for approval, fulfillment, delivery, these are the progress stages for a service request. So all of the above option will be the correct for this question. Let's move to the next question. What is true about deleting tables? And there are 3 options given and the correct option is only tables beginning with U underscore can be permanently deleted. This is the correct option. What was the first option? An ESS user can delete any table. It is a false statement. ESS means employee self-service. Users typically have limited permissions and would not have the ability to delete tables. So they are not going to delete any table. And the second option is deleting a table does not delete associated elements like views. It is also false because the deleting a table can have cascading effects, potentially impacting views also, reports also, workflows also, and other elements that rely on that table. So it is always crucial to consider these dependencies before deleting a table. So the last option is the correct one. Custom tables in ServiceNow typically start with U underscore in the global scope or X underscore in the scoped application scope. So last option is the correct one. Next question is what are the main tools you can use to automate ServiceNow? Correct option is UI policy, data policies, UI actions and scripts. So these are the main tools you can use to automate ServiceNow. Next question is, which one is used to group related fields together? And the correct option is the sections. And it is used to group related fields together on a form. Next question is, what database kept all the customizations that you made on your instance? And the correct option is the first one, sys underscore update underscore XML. Remember these things. This table stores the actual data and configuration changes made to updates it in the ServiceNow. And it serves as the central repository for any customization in this platform. Next question is, what does a dictionary override do? And the correct option is, it provides the ability to override several aspects of a field in extended table. So the option number 3 is the correct one. Next question is, to create 2 columns in a form, how many splits should be used? And the correct option is 1. You don't necessarily need to split the form layout to create multiple columns. The form layout itself can be configured to have multiple columns within a single section. If you want more clarity on this, I will recommend you to go and watch my table video I have created in 2 parts. It will clear all of your doubts from the basic, how to create tables, how you can create sections, how you can create different columns, different types. So you can watch those videos as well. Next question is, what does a patch release fix? And the correct option is the second one. Combines hot fixes from the last feature release and does other fixes. Next question is, what is the healthy total response time for network, browser, and server? And the correct option, 3 seconds on average. So this is considered a very good response time for 3 seconds. And what does SaaS stand for? SaaS, software as a service. Very simple. And PaaS, like PaaS, is the platform as a service. So that's the end of the part 7. In this video, we covered around 35 practice questions. So far in this series, we have already crossed around 300 questions, which makes this series a very strong practice resource for your CSA preparation. If your goal is to clear the exam in one attempt and even aim for a 60 out of 60 score, I strongly recommend going through this entire series more than once, because the repeating these questions will help you recognize the patterns and strengthen your confidence before the actual exam. Again, I will repeat, if you think any answer needs verification, feel free to mention in the comment section and I will definitely look into it and update it. If this series is helping you, don't forget to like the video and share it with everyone who is preparing for the CSA exam. More questions are coming in the next part. I will see you there. Thank you.